I never believed in ghosts. Until that night. And it all started with a house everyone said was just a museum. By the time I left, I wasn't sure if it was the house that haunted me or something that followed me home. It was a warm evening, the sun dipping low over the streets lined with colonial buildings. I'd traveled all the way from Kuala Lumpur to explore some historic spots, and the Agnes house was top of my list. Built in the 1930s, locals say it has seen its share of hardship, war, fire, and loss. But today, it's a serene museum, preserved like a frozen moment in time. The caretaker, an older man with eyes like the wooden beams of the house, worn but sharp, handed me my ticket with a quiet warning. Don't linger upstairs. Some things don't like visitors after dark. I laughed. It was just a spooky story to scare tourists, right? I had a camera, a flashlight, and a notebook full of enthusiasm. Besides, I wanted shots nobody else would get. An after-hours video of the house. Stepping inside, the air hit me first. Thick, heavy, almost syrupy. Old wood, faint perfume of flowers that had long since died, and a metallic tang, like rust or dried blood. The polished floors reflected my flashlight beam, but I could feel shadows crawling along the walls, just beyond the edges of the light. I wandered from room to room, polished furniture, framed photographs, colonial artifacts, neat, tidy, untouched. Yet, the deeper I went, the colder it became. My breath started to fog in front of me. And somewhere, I swear I heard a faint creak, like someone stepping behind me. I told myself it was just the old house settling. I moved upstairs. The staircase groaned under my weight, a slow, deliberate creak. Halfway up, my flashlight flickered, and that's when I felt it. Eyes. Something was watching me, but when I spun around, nothing was there. I reached the landing. The hallway stretched into darkness, and I could see the faint outline of a figure at the far end. At first, I thought it was a mannequin, a reflection, anything. But as I approached, the air grew colder, almost freezing. My skin prickled with goosebumps, and the hairs on my neck stood straight up. She stepped forward, not much, just a slight shift, like a ripple in water. But then I saw her. A tall woman, long faded dress, hair pinned up, her face hidden in shadows. Perfectly still, watching me. I froze, unable to breathe. I wanted to run, but my feet were rooted to the floor.
I ran down the stairs, but at the bottom I saw her again, standing at the doorway. Only this time I could make out her eyes. Hollow, endless, dark. She didn't move toward me, but I could feel it. She wanted me to notice. She wanted me to remember. I bolted out the front door, breath ragged, heart pounding. The warm evening air never felt so cold. The caretaker was gone, the street empty. And then, the strangest thing, my camera, which I had left hanging on my shoulder, slipped to the ground and turned on by itself. On the screen, the last few frames showed her, standing behind me in the house, even though I had already left. I didn't look back. I didn't stop walking until I reached my hotel. But that night I couldn't sleep. Every creak in the room, every shadow against the wall. I felt her presence, and when I closed my eyes, I saw her standing at the foot of my bed. I left for another spot the next day. I told no one about what happened, but months later, I received a package in the mail. Inside was a single photograph, my camera lying on the living room floor. And in the reflection of the lens, a faint figure, staring. Some say the Agnes house is haunted by its former residents. Others say it's something older, something that lingers when history is remembered too vividly. I don't know what I saw that night, but I do know one thing. I never stepped foot in that house again.